Hi there, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. In this video, we're gonna do a little bit of yoga and then we'll do a guided meditation. So we'll have about 15 minutes of yoga practice and then 15 minutes of meditation. Take it at your own pace. And I have a few props that we can use. If you don't have props, you can improvise books, pillows, blankets, whatever. There's a chair you can use. You'll see it when we get to it, but you might want to have something you can put your legs up at the end. I'm sitting up on two blankets here so I can cross my legs. So let's start seated in a comfortable position for you. If you want to sit in the chair to start, totally fine. All of this can happen in the chair too. So just roll the calf muscle away from you. Take the inner thigh and roll it towards the outer thigh. And then see if you can take your hands behind you and lift your chest. And then feel actually this inner part of the spine that's facing forward, and also the spine that's facing back. And lift both spine up. So the front spine and the back spine lifting up. And this area where your armpits are, your armpit chest, where the chest and the armpit kind of meet, lift it up. Take the shoulder blades back. Take the hands into a prayer position at the center of your chest. And inhale and exhale. Allow the chin to come slightly forward. See if the eyes can close. Just feel the sitting bones, spine, feet, crown of your head. Begin to let the breath come in the nose and out the nose. I'll just say Om 3 times, so you could vocalize it yourself, or you could just listen and hear the sound of Om inside, taking in that sound. Allow the hands to come down to the legs. Allow the chin to come down towards the chest. Take an inhalation and lift your chest. Take an exhalation and release the back of your skull forward. Lift the chin, and then we can gently open the eyes. So we'll change the cross of our legs if you had your legs crossed. If you're in a chair, don't worry, you just kind of stay as you are. If you'd like, you can use a brick for this pose. You could set 2 down like this. This is something to release our lower spine. I'll show us from the side here. And you can do this with the bricks or without the bricks, but you just have your legs crossed. And you find a place where you can walk your hands forward and put your head onto the block. So the bricks help in the sense that it just lets all this lower spine release down, let the groins descend down, let the legs descend down, and softening the head. So if you're sitting in a chair, you just kind of widen your legs a little bit and fold forward. But here in this position, you can really let go of the shoulders, neck, and head. Just allow this kind of sinking down of the sitting bones, almost like the lower spine is rolling down towards the floor. And once in a while, just take an inhalation. Feel the back ribs. Feel the front of your body lengthening forward. And then you're going to walk the hands back, come up. Then you're just going to change the cross of your legs. Take the other side. So just setting yourself up, then walking the hands forward, allowing the head to come onto the support, or just, maybe you don't like blocks, you just want to have the head release forward. Whatever's working for you today. Just release forward, eyes can soften, the jaw and the tongue and the throat can relax. Sometimes they say relax the inner ears, moving all the senses inward. And then you come up. And we'll take child's pose here. So this pose is your feet are together and your knees are apart. And if you have any trouble sitting down, if your butt doesn't meet your heels, put a blanket or something underneath your heels so that it does. Make it easy for yourself. And then walk your hands forward. Some people like to have a blanket here for their forehead to put their head onto, something soft. Maybe a brick is better for you. And we'll just kind of have the head there. See what works best for you here. Walk the hands forward. Try bending the elbows, putting them on the ground. And let the skin of the forehead roll down towards the nose to elongate the back of your neck. And then just begin to breathe in and out. Maybe you want to push the hands, spread the palms, push the hands into the mat so that your sitting bones go down more towards your heels. And you can feel the side body, the side waist, side chest, lengthen forward and down. So there's the opposites in yoga. There's the pushing down, the kind of pulling down feeling of the hips, and also the reaching forward with the hands. So you have two directions happening. I mean, you have many directions happening, but mainly you have the two directions of forward and back at the same time. So the spine can really lengthen. The front of the body can really lengthen. Just release and let go. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe roll the right shoulder to the right, the left shoulder to the left, and open the collarbones. From here, you just kind of come up onto all fours. Remove this padding. Remove the prop. Just take downward facing dog. If downward facing dog is not something you're interested in doing, just come to a forward bend. We're all going to meet in a forward bend at the end. So if you want to do something a little less strenuous, just do downward dog. But if something less, the hands, whatever, just walk forward. Take a forward bend. But if you're in downward dog, see if you can press your hands down. Release the ears between the arms. Lift your heels all the way up. Send the hips all the way up, and then go back in space. Relax your eyes. Find one spot to look at. Press the inner heels down, the inner ball of the foot down. Breathe in and out. Press the hands into the ground so the inner arm lengthens, the inner shoulder lengthens. And everyone will just look forward, and we're all going to walk forward. Release the head. So if your hands don't touch the ground and it feels like a lot of strain to get your hands on the ground, it might be a good idea to put blocks either in front of your feet, like this, or maybe to the side of your feet. This is good because you can begin to open the shoulders, open the elbows, and then you can bring your head and chest forward and down. It's a little bit easier. If you need to bend the legs because your hamstrings are kind of too tight, feel free. Lengthen the spine forward. Everyone should be trying to release the head from the back to the front. So inhalation in the back of the skull and exhalation to the front of the skull. If you can, working on lifting these sitting bones all the way up to the ceiling, pressing the inner feet down, maybe hands on blocks or hands on the floor, and then releasing the head, the neck, taking the shoulders away from the ears, breathing in and out. Pressing your heels down so that the calf muscle is going down towards the heels, and this hamstring is lifting up towards the ceiling. So you're really beginning to lengthen the back of the knee, lengthen the calf, lengthen the hamstring. Good. From here, we're just going to come up, so hands hands on the waist, I might disappear for a minute. But don't worry. We're going to widen the legs. So you can do this pose a few ways. I have this chair, and I kind of like to do this pose often, like this, is to just have a nice wide leg stance. I start standing, come forward, and I find for myself where I can get my forearms onto the chair and my forehead on the chair. Obviously, this is a yoga chair. It has no back kind of to it, so you can put your arms through it, you can do back bends through it, but you don't need this chair. You can use any kind of chair, really. Anything that for you could get some support for your arms and for your head. So also this might be too low. You might need to put a brick or a pillow or something on the chair and then release from there. Putting something underneath your head and having something for your head will really allow for a lot of relaxation to come into the body. It releases a lot of tension if the head doesn't feel like it has to support itself kind of out in space all by itself. So wherever you are, with the head down somewhere, or the hands on something, press the outer feet down, lift the inner feet up, and take your sitting bones, lift them to the ceiling. In this pelvis area, imagine kind of folding the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Let the spine release. So this may feel good for you, or it might feel better for you to just come all the way down, reaching the head towards the floor, hands in line with the feet. See what's best for you. But you're just beginning to relax the body and the mind, so quieting the eyes, softening the breathing, allowing for what kind of experience your body is having to come to your attention. Is the body feeling sluggish or feeling tired or energized or very tight? Just observing how this is functioning, how the body right now is. Not how it should be or what I think it could be like, but just what's happening in the body now. What sensations can you name? Great. So then to come up, you just put your hands on whatever, the chair, whatever floor. Come halfway up, just breathe here, maybe walk the feet in, heel toe a couple times, and then we'll come to stand. Great. And then here we are. You can come down onto the ground. So we're going to take Shavasana now, and you can do it in a few ways. I really like to use the chair to support my lower spine. So you can put your calf muscles on the chair, feet on the chair, and relax down like this. So really open the lower spine and help kind of begin to let the body release from the legs down. It's almost kind of like putting your legs up the wall. You can also just take a flat Shavasana if that's better for you. Just flat on the ground, palms up. So just kind of find the position that's going to work for you. But all of us, no matter what position we're in, we're going to try to just move. Maybe you need to bend the feet a little bit and move the tailbone towards the heels. And then tuck your shoulders underneath you. Roll the palms up towards the ceiling. And then something recently a teacher said in class was when you're doing Shavasana, you can have your arms down by your side, and there's a point where if you lift your arms kind of like out towards the side, you'll feel there's more space for your ribs. And you think about the ribs and the lungs, and so you'd like a little space there. There's going to be some point you lift them up on the ground. I'll show you on the floor in case you're watching, but maybe you're not, and that's okay too. If they're kind of like shoulder distance out, your shoulders begin to shrug towards your ears. So if they're too close, you're constricted in the ribs. And if they're too far, you're kind of crunched in the shoulders. So find for you where that kind of area is where the ribs are open and the shoulders can be tucked underneath you. And from here, just let the eyes close. Let everything that's touching the floor spread outwards. And let this whole front of your body, the body that's facing the ceiling, let it fade down towards the back, towards the ground. Breathe in and out. unconditioned breath now. As you soften the body, soften the mind. Trying to release the abdomen down towards the spine. Not pressure, not forcing, just letting it release, let go. Bring some awareness to your face and see if you're scrunching kind of your forehead, thinking too hard. Maybe you can relax that. The muscles around the eyes could relax. The jaw, a little space between your teeth. And even relaxing the root of the tongue. Just letting it kind of sink back. No need for speaking or vocalization now. No need to wear a kind of emotional mask over our face. We can release that kind of, presentation anymore, here, now. Drawing the ears inward. Relaxing the muscle of the brain so that the front of the brain relaxes into the back of the brain. Might swallow one time. Can relax the throat from the middle outward. And then let go. Let go the body, the mind, the breath. And invite relaxation. It may or may not arise, but the conditions are now set in which relaxation may occur. And so you wait to receive whatever it is that these conditions you've made arise. What could happen? Avoiding extraneous movement, just being with the breath. I'll leave a little silence here and experience yourself as you are. Don't have to be any different. Just a minute or so here. So the joy of having this as a video is that if you need more time in Shavasana, you can just pause, rest, take your time. But continue on in this video now to the guided meditation portion. So if laying down is feeling best for you, feel free. The only kind of warning against it is that sometimes it makes you a little more sleepy. So if you're feeling sleepy already, it might be a good idea to sit up. But if lying down is going to work for you, you have energy in your mind, it's kind of available to you, feel free to continue. Otherwise, find a good, comfortable, seated position and just roll to one side and come up. Maybe the chair would feel best to sit in, both feet on the ground. Maybe you want to sit on 2 blankets. I like that one. Crossing the shins. Some people like to take a blanket and fold it kind of long ways. They like to fold it the long way and then they put it over their legs so that you have a little bit easier to open the chest this way. You might try that. Some people also like to make a nice roll with the blanket here. Maybe this is too thick actually. I think it's better if I opened it up. Make a nice roll with the blanket, and they kind of put it under their shins so that the pressure on the heels and the ankles is a little less. Might try them, see what works for you. I feel pretty good on 2 blankets, so stay there. But just find that position that's going to be working for you, sitting in the chair, laying down, sitting cross-legged, maybe standing up, no problem. And wherever we are, we're just going to take one kind of lift of our chest. Take an inhalation and exhalation through the nose. And begin to let the eyes soften. Entering into this kind of space of meditation. The space of being with ourself. Sometimes it might be helpful to think of it as almost like visiting a friend. Listen to your friend, just being with them. And that same kind of care and attention you might give another person, we can give to ourselves here in this time. What's happening in this body, in this mind, in this heart? So to begin, we might actually just recognize that we're sitting in a body. Whatever's touching the ground, we can recognize the support from the ground coming to meet us, supporting this body. Might soften around the face and the eyes. Might tuck your chin slightly so the back of the neck can be long. Just feeling the relative stillness of the body. Many things going on within the body, but probably you're more still than you were 10 minutes ago, an hour ago. So here we are, sitting in a body, breathing. You don't have to be anyone, do anything, or make anything happen. We're replacing, at least for now, in this time together, any kind of harshness or criticism we might normally have. We might replace it instead with curiosity. Just beginning to wonder what it's like in a body. You might scan through the body for sensations that could be known, soreness or tingling, comfort. Maybe there's blank area in the body. The body doesn't need to be any different. The experience of our body doesn't need to be any different. You just coming to know what it is. Neck tension, scrunched forehead, heat in the legs, coolness on the skin, fabric. Just naming our experience. You might feel the breath in and out of the body. Just hear the sounds in the room and outside the room. Sound of my voice. And then if there is any sense of willingness to be here, willingness to be with yourself, just noticing if that's available now. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not, but just seeing how willing am I to be here now. Might notice you're feeling very distracted, thinking about the future, or the past, or conversations, or plans, or you might be very willing and very able to be here now. You just notice that. It might inform later decisions about what kind of meditation you might be having. Staying with the body, because I feel very distracted and can't really get out of this kind of thought loop. Maybe I need to stay here in this, just feeling the sensation of the body that's here now, coming back again and again, as many times as needed, to the sitting bones and the hands, and the breathing. Maybe there's quite a lot of energy, some willingness to just sit in an open way. One meditation teacher I have describes it as putting a stick in a stream and just feeling the flow of that part of the stream. So maybe there is that kind of open energy in which you could just feel the stream of your experience. Sounds, physical sensation, the thoughts, and the emotions. Just being able to witness them, experience them. And no matter what kind of mind you're working with today in this experience, you're able to just be here with what's happening. Restlessness or doubt or boredom or agitation or calmness, happiness or contentedness. A space is created now where anything could arise and be included here. Your experience, you don't have to push anything away or hold on to anything in particular. Just being with ourself and this reality that we're in now. So from here, going to kind of draw us to a close, but if you feel like sitting a little longer, feel free, can sit like this for quite some time, observing how the mind and the body are, maybe 20 more minutes or 30 minutes, whatever works for you. But if this is the time you have, this is the time you have. So you can just open your eyes if you're ready. You might take your hands into a prayer position if it feels appropriate, and make a bow forward, thanking yourself and all teachers who might have come along the way to guide us along this path. Thanks for joining. I hope you're well, and I hope that was helpful and of some benefit to you. And let me know what works for you, what you might want to see more of, what you might want less of. I'd love to hear from you. So send me a little comment or something. Okay, have a good day. Bye.